Let's answer Kashim's question, because he's asking the same question over and over again. He said, ask Locario, how did he vet his wife to fuck other men? Okay, so let's answer that for Kasim. So basically what happens is this, Kashim, right? So what was happening is, before I met my wife, right, I was having sex with girls that you date, Kasim. Like, so basically, if you had a girlfriend, I'd be fucking your girlfriend, right? So I realized that I didn't want to be monogamous, and I didn't want to be in a monogamous relationship. So in order to be in an open relationship or a non-monogamous relationship, then what happens is that if I'm with a woman, and let's say this woman is interested in being my girlfriend or wife, then yes, I have to vet her in order to have that non-monogamous relationship. And in fact, if you want to learn more about this, go to shoplocario.com. I have a whole program called How to Have a Successful Non-Monogamous Relationship, right? So the thing is that guys like Kasim, who usually get their girls like smashed by dudes like me, they feel some type of way, and they start using words like cuck in the inappropriate, or I should say in the not inappropriate, but the way that it's not defined, right? So a cuck basically is the old school version of what a cuck was that a guy, he was with his wife, the wife gets pregnant, he doesn't know that it's not his, and he takes care of the baby and so forth and so on. The updated version of cuck is where guys are dealing with a woman and they're submissive to the woman, and they get off on seeing their woman have sex with other men, right? So non-monogamy, right, is not cuckoldry. You can have a cuckoldry situation that is non-monogamy, but the entire thing of non-monogamy is not cuckoldry. So this is why I tell you guys, make sure you go to shoplocario.com to get how to have a successful non-monogamous relationship. Because the thing is this, I don't want you guys to sound like an idiot like Kashim, because what happens is that when you say things like this, you show your ignorance to the actual reality of what's going on, right? Because what you got to understand is that non-monogamy is different than monogamy. So basically, you're playing two different games. It's almost like basketball and football, right? So if somebody said, hey, did you dunk the football in the hoop? You're going to be like, that doesn't make any sense. You don't dunk footballs. You understand? You dunk basketballs. So you're talking about two entirely different types of games. You see what I'm saying? So basically, I just wanted to make that clear to Kashim, because I feel like he needs this information because he feels some type of way about guys having sex with his woman. Because trust me, I was that dude. I used to have sex with a lot of dudes, girlfriends and wives as a hobby. Now, I always tell guys, do not do this. This is dangerous. Because there's a lot of guys out there who will try to do something to you if they find out you're doing something with their woman. But what I'm saying is that this is something that I used to do. You see what I'm saying? So before I was with my wife, I had a girlfriend. We were monogamous, but I cheated on her like 18 times. It was horrible. And I felt bad after a while. And I said, why am I cheating on this woman? Why don't I just be honest and be like, look, I want to see other women, right? And so what happened is that when me and my wife got together, she wanted to be in a relationship with me. I told her, hey, if we're going to be in a relationship, this is going to be open, which means I'm going to be seeing other women. And because I'm going to be seeing other women, you will have time to yourself. And when you have your time to yourself, if you want to see other dudes, cool, strap up, make sure they strap up and have fun. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be over here doing my thing. You see what I mean? And so that's what happens when you have a non-monogamous relationship. Now, you have different types of non-monogamous relationships, and I explained that in the program, How to Have a Successful Non-Monogamous Relationship, which you guys can get at shoplocario.com. So make sure you check that out.
Also, I find the people who are so obsessed with that C word are probably describing themselves anyway. It's kind of like, why are so many people obsessed with this fucking word in the last year?
Love that.
It's so strange.
They love that stuff because this is the thing. A lot of dudes, unfortunately, right? They are not comfortable with who they are and what they're about, right? And so a lot of guys low key either like it or they fear it. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning that a lot of guys fear their woman fucking with another dude, not just because of like, oh, you're cheating on me and, I don't want my girlfriend. No, it's deeper than that.
The reason why they think about it every time they watch a video on YouTube, they think about it.
Right. So
fantasize about
that's
it.
what I'm saying. And what it is deeper than that, because what happens is this, right? When you're a beta male and you're not really attractive to women, when shout out to Ron Mills, he calls it non-select. When you're a non-select guy, when you're a guy who has trouble getting women, right? You have a scarcity mindset and you live in scarcity. So if a dude with game comes around, what's going to happen is that you're scared your woman is going to be attracted to the man who has game, which means you're going to lose your woman, right? So in fact, what most guys don't understand is monogamy was invented really for men, because what it did was it gave men an opportunity to have a woman, because the guys who are the most powerful and most attractive was taking all the women. You see what I'm saying? So monogamy really is for men. You understand? So monogamy is for guys like Kashim, because right. Kashim is scared, right, that a guy like me is going to take his girl. You feel what I'm saying? So it's created for him. See, guys who get women don't care. Remember I said, we keep going back to this theme. Remember at the beginning of the video, I said, the game is about you. Focus on yourself, right? Beta males focus on women. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is why dudes like Kasim, what happens is that they focus on women and they're scared that a man is going to take the woman from them. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I have never in my life cared about a woman leaving me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that whether she stays or goes, I'm still here. I'm my favorite person. You see what I'm saying? So whether she's there, this is what I'm saying to guys, that they don't have this mindset. A lot of these dudes, if their woman left them, they would unalive themselves. They would be in a super deep depression. They'll go super crazy, right? And that's because they put so much energy and they put so much focus on the woman. You see what I'm saying? And that's why they're scared to lose the chick. That's why they're worrying about what the girl is doing, right? So if you're a guy with a masculine identity, you say, hey, this is how I live my life, and I do it a particular way, right? So let's say that you are a monogamous guy. Like, you want to just one woman and that's it. That's cool. So the woman knows, hey, it's just us two. And if you cheat on me, or I find out you cheat on me, you're gone. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. So what happens is that if you have that standard and you have that boundary, all you got to do is get rid of the woman if she cheats on you, right? But what do these guys do? And this is a lot of guys are low key like this. Do you know that there's a lot of guys who their woman cheated on them and they know the woman cheated on them and they don't like the fact that she cheated on them, but they still stayed? There's a lot of guys right now in relationships where the woman has cheated on him and he stayed. And the reason why he stayed is because he's scared to lose her. So even though she cheated on him, he still stayed. You understand what I'm saying? And there's a lot of guys who do that, but they don't really say anything about it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these dudes, they don't even stand on their own thing. And the reason why they don't stand on their own thing is because most guys who are monogamous, unfortunately, they didn't choose monogamy. They were forced into monogamy. Because they have no choice, because they don't have an abundance of women who want to fuck with them. You see what I'm saying? It's really that simple.
Interesting. It's like when Tom Holland Spider-Man said, "But I'm nothing without the suit," and then Iron Man said, "That's the problem. If you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it."
Right. Exactly. That's a fact.
If you're nothing without your relationship, you shouldn't have a fucking relationship.
Exactly. Exactly.
No,
that is a fact.